All right, what's up? Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Let's try not lose all of our money today. So basically what I'm looking at this morning is I do want to see us come lower. I know that we had a big pump up, and yesterday I mentioned that we were watching a level between, I forgot where it was, like 420 and 335 or something. We were looking for a price to bounce out of this area. We kind of overshot it a little bit, but we ultimately left these lows. Now there is a chance that we can, on the last day here, just come back into the range for the week, but I would like to see us drop lower. And if we do start dropping lower, the first area I'm going to be watching is just right around the middle of right around the middle of, I actually might take a short right now. Hold on. Alright, I'm actually going to take a short right now with pretty light size. I would like to see us come down basically to, I'll show you in a second, the middle of London, but if we continue to push lower, then shit, I might just hold it all the way. But if we get stopped out, I'm going to have a pretty tight stop on this. It's just going to be like right above this candle. And I'm going to look for us to continue down. And essentially after we made a lower high here, I like to see us at least make a lower low. So we're going to hold. I have a feeling, by the way, today's ATR is going to be massive. So I'm trying to get in before market opens, because we may just, it may be like way too large for me to, or moving way too quickly for me to try and enter a trade. So I'm going to risk like $200 right now pre-market to see if we can catch the beginning of the move to the downside. Now, if we don't actually move down and we just start popping up, then I'll get stopped out, but it's fine. We're gonna wait, and then I'm going to see what basically happens in this area. And if there's two scenarios if we start to pop up. We can either take these highs, come into here, and then start dropping lower, or if we come up here above this area and we hold it, then I'm looking for us to continue higher. Oh, sorry, you can't see it on the stream. If we take these highs and come up here, we may come down, but if we pop up and we stay above this area, then I'm looking for us to then take out yesterday's Asia highs. So we're gonna try and enter pre-market to go short here. This area has been, we've been struggling with sellers to get past this area right here, where you see all these wicks. So, I mean, there is a chance that we take those highs out, like I said, and then we actually drop, but I'd like to take a stab at it right now, just in case we have one of those days where before market opens, we go down, we take this low, and then market opens and we just rip lower. But if we get stopped out, it'll be okay, because the risk to reward on this is going to be pretty large. So, and I'm okay with losing 200. I'm copy trading 3 funded accounts right now. I'm just trying to take advantage of lower ATR before it gets massive, but again, pre-market is a little bit more sketchy, I guess, to trade, especially when we're kind of just moving back and forth like this. But if we get stopped out, we'll just wait until market open. said longs on NQ right now. Yeah, I mean, it could go up. We could go up, like I said, and take out these highs, and then make our move down. And also, since I have such a tight stop, if we actually stay in here and we don't make any room dropping lower, then market open can just wick me out and then come down. Oh, you got caught in the chop right here. Yeah, sometimes pre-market New York is just kind of nasty to trade. And usually I don't trade pre-market either. The only reason why I'm doing it right now is just because I'm anticipating a really large ATR today. Or like for 5-minute candles to be like 60 points again. And it makes it difficult for me to get into a position. So even right now we're using smaller size than normal because even pre-market, like we got to think about it like this. Pre-market right now, we're 30 points ATR on a 5-minute candle. That's massive. That's massive for pre-market. So I'm risking, I don't know, like 30 points right now. And it's pre-market. So I'm willing to take that chance because later when the market opens, well, I might have to drop size and we may have to actually risk like 50 points depending on how large the candles are. But I just need us to basically get below this area and we should be okay. But if we can't do it, it's whatever. But the good thing about having a large ATR at New York Open is makes it pretty easy to scalp like 25, 40 points. This is a pretty nasty chop right here. Right here. What I'm hoping actually happens is when we get the 5-minute candle right before market open, that it takes us lower and gives us a little bit of room. Because usually like the 5-minute candle right before market open, we have that little injection of volatility where it'll just like snap it in a direction. Because the goal is to get as far away from my stop loss as possible by the time that the market actually opens. But if we get below this area right here, I think we'll probably be chill. If we can get below this area before market opens, I think we might be fine. But you never know. Otherwise, we're just going to mess around right here. New York Open might open up. We might snap up higher and then make our move down. Or we may not move down at all today, but I am expecting us to at least retrace some of London's move. Like, first area I'd be watching is just right after these lows, heading into this imbalance here. But again, due to it being pre-market, we're only going 3 micros. Because anything can happen. And being down 200 is super chill. Hold on, I gotta... So we got 20 seconds until this next 5-minute candle opens. I would like to see it push lower. And the average daily range recently is fucking huge. So having 100-point moves is like they're all over the place. So at least we had this candle step in with some sellers. I'm looking for it to actually get below here and stay below here before market open. If we can start making our way a little bit further down, I'm actually going to tighten my stop loss a little bit. And then if we end up taking these lows, at that point I'm immediately moving my stop loss to break even. Because I don't want it to basically take these lows and then snap back up. But just a side note, if you're taking this trade with me and you went in with pretty heavy size, you have like a couple minutes to take size off, because there's a reason why I only went 3 micros on this trade. And if you just entered in this trade with like a mini or something, just be prepared for market open to potentially wreck us. And I think we have Michigan sentiment today at let me see. Yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern. If we do just melt off the open, then you know what? Today's going to be a really quick day. I'll probably just stop trading. Take my win. Like, if we just dump like 100 points off the open and take these lows, like, look at that. Hold on. At this point, I'm moving my stop to... I'm going to move my stop just right above this candle. I'm gonna see the closer that we get to market open, I'm gonna see where we actually are and what this 5-minute candle is looking like. And I'm gonna determine whether or not I'm actually gonna move my stop to break even or not. And I'm just gonna make that decision like right before market actually opens, because we just this move went so far, you know, like 35 points in the profit. The only thing that I'm worried about is that we are going to move lower off the open. Like, I don't want us to I don't want me to put my stop loss right here and then market open, snaps up and then drops and then hits me out at break even. But you know what? It might do that, so. Like that's fucking disgusting. You know what? I'm actually just gonna leave my stop right above this candle. And if we take a $50 L, it's alright. So let's see. Market open. Are we going to melt or are we going to snap up? Alright, at this point it's pretty safe to move our stop to break even. The moment that we take these lows here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trail my stop so that I at least lock in a $150 day or $200 day, and then I'm just going to let this ride. But if we do move lower, if there is going to be a bounce and we don't just continue all the way down, I would expect us to come over here. But let's see if we get taken out right now or not. Sellers are struggling to push past this area. Take the lows. It's struggling. It was struggling to take the lows. I just need us to take these lows so I could lock in some type of profit. Alright, there we go. Trailed the stop now, so if it snaps back up at this point, I'll be up 200 on the day across 3 funded accounts, which is chill. What I want to see is if buyers don't... Never mind, we're about to get taken out right now. But what I wanted to see though was if buyers didn't step in right here, there is a chance that we could have just like melted. But I did understand that after taking these lows we could have bounced up higher. So we'll see if that happens right now, but at least we got the opportunity to lock in some profits. Good thing we got out, so sheesh, look at that pump, dude, that's disgusting. All right, so the ATR right now is probably going to grow in a second to be like 60 points. Like, look how large this candle is really quickly. 156.5 minute candle. So seller just got wrecked right here. Thank God we were able to trail our stop. So now what I'm watching is as we come up into this area, I want to see what price does. But technically, you know, locked in a winning day on this account, locked in a winning day on this account, and my other funded account, which is on Funded Futures. So Funded Futures Network, or FFN. How far did that go? Where was I? I got in like somewhere like right here. Man, that snap back happened so quickly. That was crazy. Right after it took the lows too. no door handle guy makes $670. Yeah, hell yeah. What I think I'm gonna do, just so that I can secure this account, is I'm actually gonna stop trading this account, and we're gonna move over to the other accounts as the leader. And I'm gonna lock out of this one with our $200 day, and then we'll just trade this one. Because I gotta continue to milk that account. We just got money sitting in there that we can just take, so what's the point? Yeah, thanks for telling me that, Zell. You reminded me I was about to probably keep trading that account. But it's like, dude, it's at a $16,000 balance. Like, why are we going to continue to make money on it right now? Might as well focus on the new one. So we'll focus on newer account. We'll see if we can get larger than a $200 day. If I end up going red on the day for this account, I mean, it is what it is, but the only one I care about really is this one at this point. This one only has a $500 or $600 balance on it, so we got to build that up. Alright, I'm going to go long right here. And the moment that it takes these highs of this candle, I will move it to break even. But we're going to put our stop loss at the bottom right here. And I'm looking for it to push up into the area where I'm going to be expecting a potential rejection. The only issue with this trade though is we already took these highs, which is kind of sketchy, but I mean, I'm just gonna take it. I think we continue higher. A little bit at least. Enough to the point where I can move my stop to break even and just see what it does. Alright, so we took the highs of that candle, moving my stop to break even. We're going to see it pump up into this area. We have buyers stepping in, and we have heat levels here. I might get out of this. I'm gonna get out of it right there because I'm watching this area right now to basically see whether or not we're actually going to continue or not. But that was like a really quick, when the ATR is like that, it was a really quick, I don't know, what was that, almost 50 points that we could have just taken. But I'm using small size today. I'm only using like 3 micros, so. Because the stops are fucking huge. So we'll see what it does. Now we wait. At this point, I mean, I'm good on the day, technically, but we'll see. As long as price is moving nicely, we'll see if there's more opportunities. We took the shorts pre-market. Buyers came in and absolutely demolished all of the sellers. We pushed higher. We did a little bit of messing around right here. We were definitely going to come up and at least take this 5-minute high, so. Now this is where we watch this area. I'll leave this here. We want to see if price is going to come into here and then snap back down, or if we're going to come up here and stay above here. Then at that point we can look for a continuation trade to then target yesterday's Asia highs. Because even if we do get up here and you're like, oh, you know, we already moved 1,000 ticks. Well, the way that the market's been moving recently, if we continue up here, then we can probably continue. And then there's still a lot of room left. Like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of room, but this is still like, bro, it's like over 150 points. But right here is like a wait and watch type of area for me. So let me look at this real quick. Dude, I'm on a nasty win streak on this thing. Look at this. Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. Look at that thing. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21-day win streak. That's crazy. I think that's the longest I've ever held on to a funded account before. And that is definitely my longest win streak. No, I don't want them to move me to live. Yeah, this is ATAS right here. So I think for this account, that was the let me see, the 3rd winning day. So if we could just lock in like 2 more winning days, make it a 23-day winning streak. Sheesh, it'll be 20 grand in payouts in 20 days. What a way to start the year, huh? So the goal is just to not mess that one up. Took the shorts based off of absorption. Is that what... So the reason why I took the shorts pre-market is because whenever we have Asia like this, here's Asia highs, here's Asia lows, here's London lows, here's London highs. We take London highs pre-market and then we make a lower low. And then when we do make that lower low, I see like buyers trying to, I mean, sort of absorption, but it's more of a market structure type of trade. I want to see us drop into this area to rebalance some of London's move. So every morning, like, I guess the reason why I took that trade is not necessarily because of absorption. It's just like I was using sessions and market structure to try and frame a short position lower. And then I was just using footprint as like where I should enter. And then after I saw we pushed up right here and we failed, then at that point I just entered short somewhere over here. Yes, this is trading view right here. How large is the ATR now? 50 points on a 5-minute. So again, we're watching this area. We're gonna see if we start snapping down or if we're going to continue up. We're up like 400 or 500 on 2 of the accounts and then 200 on this account, so we're up like 1100 today. And it's a Friday. You know what's the worst thing you can do on a Friday? Be $1,100 in profit on 3 funded accounts, and then from 3 funded accounts, and then lose it all, and then have to think about your mistakes all weekend. So we're gonna try and not do that. But the buying pressure is remaining pretty strong here. So crazy how large these moves have been like this year, dude. I love it. It's such a great opportunity for us as traders to make like a bunch of money. I remember back in like 2023 when like 25 points was like it was like a pretty good move. Now 1 minute candles are 25 points. It's crazy. But it's awesome. And it's dangerous, but it's awesome. Tora, did you pass your account? Or are you on a funded account? Ooh, up 1400 on the funded. Let's go. That's a good idea. I do think, even though we might not do it... Hold on. I do think we're going to take this low eventually. It would be pretty nasty if we didn't take it, and like heading into next week, we just like do a bunch of this. We've been in this area for such a long time, and we like poked our head out of it for a second and just grabbed all these highs and then just ran. So I'd be expecting us to poke our head out here, poke our head out here, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, this range is crazy. Look how big it is. 1,800 points, dude. 7,200, 7,500, basically, like, ticks. And then inside of that, we're just having like massive 1,000 tick moves all over the place. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a trader. Nice. 6 MNQ. Yeah, trading minis in this condition, in these conditions, if you don't have a buffer, is sketchy. But you can make a lot of money, or you can just blow your account pretty quickly. Bro, yeah, crypto's been dumping. I got wrecked. I'm getting wrecked. I am getting wrecked on my XRP, bro. Well, not really. But it's sad. It's sad. I have all of my XRP down here. This is where I bought all of my XRP, all of it. And I haven't bought in a single XRP since then. And I'm not gonna buy anymore. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. But yeah, it's pretty sad to see. It's down like it was down yesterday like 70% from the highs. Nasty. Ooh, look at these sellers coming in. So again, we're still watching this area to see if we're actually going to get above it or if we're going to start snapping back lower. Buy more. Well, dude, I bought XRP in like 2020. 2019, 2020. I haven't bought any of it since. It's been like almost 6 years now. I'm gonna just let it do its thing. I'm gonna act like it's been 5 years, dude. I just leave it alone. Either I'll make a bag or I'll just lose everything, and it is what it is. Wise man once said, it is what it is. And it's not what it's not. Have I beaten the S&P 500? What, with my XRP? With my XRP. Well, when it was up at like $3.60, I was at a 10x in 5 years. I would assume that beats the S&P 500. I don't know so much anymore. The yellow box indicating on the ATAS chart. This one? Are you talking about this one, Shark? Are you talking about this one? Oh, can't see it. Which yellow box? This one? Are you talking about this yellow box, this thing I circled? Rectangle. Are you talking about these heat levels? Sorry, bro. Or are you talking about the POC? I think you're probably talking about the POC, huh? If you are, well, this is POC. This is the point of control. Got it. Yeah. This is the point of control of the candle. This is where the most volume was traded within the previous 5-minute candle. And the way that you do that, yeah, right here. The way that you do that is you just go to cluster settings and then you change this to volume profile and then volume proportion, and then it'll show it. So we're getting above this area. I want to see if we're going to close up here at the 4 hour, like if the 1 hour and 4 hour close up here and then we actually hold this area and we don't get back below here, then I'll be looking for us basically to continue higher to take out these highs. Do I use CVD when trading? Not really. I use the delta I watch the delta of each individual 5-minute candle though, right here. So I'm looking at volume and I'm looking at delta. But I don't look at cumulative delta. Or CVD. I don't look at CVD. Although it's a great tool. There's a lot of things that are great tools that I don't use. I just try and keep it simple. There's a million things that you can put on your chart. And sometimes you don't want to look at a bunch of stuff. You'll just start. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I am colorblind. That's why none of my candlesticks are green and nothing on here is green. That's why everything is blue and white and blue. Makes it easy for me to see. I hate using green and red candles. I'm colorblind for that. I don't use green for anything. So this is a pretty nasty wick that's about to close here on this 5-minute candle. We're gonna see if large sellers start stepping in again. And also keep in mind we do have Michigan sentiment at 5 minutes from now, so I can't enter a trade because the other funded account that's getting copy traded right now has a no news rule. So actually I think it should be fine, but I just don't even want to risk it. I think it's only talking about like CPI, and what's the point? What's the point of risking it? This is a pretty nasty turnaround though in the area that we were watching, so we're gonna see whether or not we actually continue. If we continue down and this selling pressure sustains, then well, we're just gonna target this low again and see how far deep into this we actually dig. But Michigan sentiment, by the way, does move. It does cause some volatility, so. And that's also why, by the way, when I entered in long right here, why I got out so quickly is because I didn't know what was going to happen here. I mean, it actually went pretty high up. Even the wick alone is like 50 points, which is wild. But right now it's better to wait for this to come out before making a trade. It might whiplash around like 50 points at a time. Wait, what the heck happened to my charts? Is this happening on any of your guys' charts? Is there a gap right here? Hold on. Dude, that's weird. Look at this. It's just gone. The fuck? Weird. That's a 15-minute chart, the one that has like a gap right there. Alright, let's see what this does right here. You got like 15 seconds for Michigan sentiment. How big was that? 100 ticks? So right here is important to watch for though. I'm watching this area because this is it's like a really large low volume node. Because when we did trade through here, we just ripped right through it. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. The 15 minutes all messed up. It's like missing like the entire, even my hourly chart, dude. It's missing. What's the last day here? The second. It's going from Monday all the way till Thursday. Just gone. Yeah. It's weird, but whatever. We don't even need to look over there right now. It's fine. Yeah, I see the same thing on my chart. If we start getting below this low volume node, then I may take a continuation short just to take these lows. But I have to be careful about this area. We may come into this POC and potentially bounce, so We'll wait to see what happens. But at this point, I'm already up on the day, so I'm not really like stressing about trying to force a trade. We went 3 micros on both trades, and both trades we caught like, I don't know, 50 points or something. Or like 35 points or something. Dude, check this out though. My indicator cooking right into the max. Turn around. I'm gonna make a video on that, and I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. I've been using it for a while. Shit's lit. I'm proud of that one. No, I'll give it to you guys. Took me a long time to forward test that one though, because it's based off of data and it has a rolling calculation. So again, I know I removed this box, but we're watching this low volume node right here. If we start slamming through this, then I would expect us to go lower, but we could always just, this is just an area of interest for me. Otherwise known as a fair value gap. We just ran through this area the first time uncontested by sellers. If we flip right now, I'm gonna go short. May be a bad idea, but we're in profit, so whatever. I'm gonna risk like $200 just so that I don't mess up a good day. I just want to see us get below this right here. If we can't get below that area, which was holding pre-market, then we're just gonna snap back up. One more push lower, I'm gonna just move it to break even. Break even. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna see how far this wants to go down. Absorption is happening right now, right? Well, when we came up here, yeah, I mean the buyers looked like they were coming in. There was a strong imbalance. There was actually stacked imbalances of buyers coming up into this area. But whenever there's large trades like this, I'm always watching these areas to see how price is going to react. And so when we came up here and buyers failed to basically push higher and take it back up here, and sellers start flipping the candle with a large wick, well, we're just gonna follow that pressure lower. The only thing is that now I'm watching right here this POC, because there is a chance that we just like, we could range, we could just establish a range. Now we establish the low and the high and we just like mess around. But That's why I moved my stop to break even, because if it's gonna run, I need it to just run. But it's alright. And because I was anticipating us to get below this low volume node in these, where the buyers just ran through this area. And the target would be down here. I don't even know how big that is. It's like 75 points. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, when you're trying to visualize absorption, what you're looking at is you're basically looking at a lot of volume, but no follow through. Like, so there's a difference between exhaustion and absorption, right? Exhaustion is essentially where, like, let's say we're making a move higher, okay? If sellers just kind of lose, or buyer, let's say we're making a move higher and buyers just kind of lose steam, and then we just like kind of roll over, that's exhaustion, because the buyers are getting exhausted. They're not as willing to buy at higher and higher prices, and they slowly just kind of die out. Absorption is like if we were up here and the volume is massive, it's increasing, volume is increasing, and there's buyers coming in, you see stacked or clustered imbalances, and they just keep hitting, and they can't really like make any progress, or there's no follow through. Well, then chances are there's sellers or a seller absorbing all of that buying pressure, and then once, if they can't get through it, then what happens is now everyone, all of those people who are aggressively buying in this area, if that were to be the case, I'm not saying that that's what happened right here, but if that were to be the case, well, now they're all kind of on the wrong side. So then when we start coming down and they get out of their position, well, basically just fuels the downside movement, and then it picks up speed. So like right here on this candle at the top, that was also in this area that we were watching. Well, let's take a look at it, right? We have the POC here. So what does that mean? Well, it means that when this candle pushed up, most volume was traded up here. So it was trying to push, it was stalling a little bit, it was all the contracts were traded right here. Now, if you really wanted to zoom in, you can see on the right side of the ask is these are strongly these are market executions of or just aggressive executions of buyers, and then the left side is sellers, right? So we have a lot of buyers, but they can't necessarily move past this area. Stalled out right here. Oh shit. Stalled out right here, and then we just flip hard down. But when I'm looking at this stuff though, I don't know, dude, I just look at it all day, every day, so I just kind of see it. But I'll make some like more videos about it. I actually have, if you really want to know, like I have a video that goes over it a little bit, but in more detail, where I'm not like tired at 7 a.m. in the morning on a Friday. But I'm gonna make more videos so you can try and understand it. But we're just, the easiest way to understand this or explain this, excuse me, is we're just watching a live auction happen. Buyers, sellers, who's in control? Are there more buyers? Are there more sellers? What's happening when buyers are trying to push? Are they succeeding? Are they failing? Like right here. This is it, right? What's happening in this candle right here? Well, buyers try to push up. It's stalled right here. All of the buyers got kind of like screwed over. So look, I'm gonna go short right here. We flip lower. I'm expecting us to take these now. I mean, this isn't like this is a nasty trade, by the way, but we may lose this trade. But I'm just saying, like, when I see the pressure like that, I try and just like follow it. Buyers are struggling to push higher. They're struggling to get above this area. So at the very minimum, I'm expecting it to hopefully make a new low. Now, doesn't mean that it has to, because we got to use context. What's been happening in this area all morning? Oh shit, I'm about to lose money on this. Let me get out of this. What's been happening all morning on this? Well, we are struggling to get past this area. Damn, I kind of fumbled that. That was retarded. I shouldn't be doing that. My bad. I tried to take it. I got out of the... that wasn't like a planned trade, and then I fucking ended up losing on it. But anyways, so then we got to think about context, though. So what's happening in this area? Well, we're struggling to get past it, and when we did get past it, we just snap right back up. So if we can't get past this area, well, then you know what's gonna happen? We're probably just gonna like chop around. So sellers need to come in, and when they come in, we're probably going to go through this pretty quickly. And we'll dig deeper. Damn, I lost like 100. I lost like 200 bucks on that trade. That was fucking retarded, and it's still gonna go lower. I'm gonna go short. Try and make my money back real quick. Anticipate a break lower. Although I may catch the low right now and get wrecked. I'm gonna have to put a stop. ATR is pretty large. Do we really want to risk 500? Where are we going? Down here? Trying to take the low. The moment we get close to this POC like that, I'm moving to break even. Because I don't want us to snap back. I want us to just run past this right now and start targeting the low. Alright, well. The problem is, though, is that since I lost bread on that trade, just trying to explain something and not paying attention, I think I'm going to stop. Because that was kind of a bad idea. But that's the idea, though. The good news is that we're still locked in a winning day. We lost 200 bucks on that last trade, but luckily we're up like 500. So yeah, so what are we looking at now? Well, we came right into this POC of this candle, and we're snapping back into the range. So now I'm watching this area. Are buyers actually going to get past this? Are we actually going to come up here and close and then start making our way back up? Or now that we're heading later into the day, are we going to get stuck in this area that we've been getting stuck in pre-market and just basically bounce in between this high and this low until like PM session, or just sometime later, like right before lunch when we actually make a move? I'm leaning more towards we finally break these lows. Oh, you can't see it. I'm leaning more towards we finally break these lows and we like make another low. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have to wait and watch. I gotta see what it's gonna do. Although I could have taken profit on that scalp right there, but I don't think that would have been a good idea. So yeah, at this point, we made our move down. We took these lows. We came sort of into this area. Then we pumped all the way up. I said we were watching this area to see if price was going to get above it or snap below it. We came down again, and when we came back into this area that we struggled to get past at market open, we failed again. We're failing again. So now we're coming back up, and this is a sign to me at this point it's probably better if we don't trade this anymore. Why? Well, because we're already green on the day. So what's the point at this point? You know what I'm saying? Damn, is that Dame in here? That's crazy. What up, Dame? Hey, bro. Oh, he just dipped. He trades gold. He's probably devastated about the top step thing. Can't even only trade one contract. It's brutal. So yeah, technically we were up 1100, now we're up. So what I'm seeing right here is this, right? Let me clean this up a little bit. So we came down, we retested this POC, we're popping back up. We're making our way above these sellers. But we gotta wait to see how it's gonna close. The next area I'm looking at is where? Well, this area. Why? Because this is where we turned around, this is where sellers came in, this is where buyers basically failed to get past. And this is also up here on our chart. So now we're in a position where we're in the middle of a range that we just created at market open, and we're in the middle of it. Do we want to trade the middle of a range? No, not really. Why? Because when the ATR is 62 points, well, guess what? Let's say you want to go long. Where are you going to place your stop? At the blow of this candle? Okay, well, there's 100 points. If you're going to go short, where are you going to place your stop? You know what I mean? Now, you can drop down to a lower time frame, but I don't do that. Especially when the ATR is so large, dude. It's like 64 points right now. It's crazy. For a 5-minute candle, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I think I'm done trading. I'm just kind of watching what happens. Although I messed up this trade and took an unnecessary loss with that $200, but that was kind of stupid of me. But the good thing is that technically our analysis today was pretty good, so I'm happy with that. We went short pre-market. We wanted to see us take out these lows. We did. We wanted to see how far into this we were going to dig into before we actually pop back up, or if we were going to melt through it. Well, we just took the lows and then turned around. Then we said we're watching this area. We're going to see if we reject or if we're going to get past it. Well, right here in this area, and I haven't redrawn this circle, by the way. This has been here before price even got up here. So we were watching this area, and then we came down. Now we're in the middle of the range. Now we had buyers just step in and get wrecked, and now we're coming back lower. There is a chance that we just like fuck around. We're already up on the day. It's Friday. $300 on 2 evals, $200, or not evals, funded accounts. And then $200 on this account. We're going to try and milk another payout next week on like Tuesday for another $4,500 after the split. And if I could pull that off, it'll be 20K in 20 days, which would be dope. Technically, not really, because 45 times 5, what is that? Probably like 18,000 or something. Or times 4, I mean. 4,500 times 4. Yeah, 18,000. So if you are going to continue to trade, just be careful. It's a Friday. If you're green, just wait, bro. I'm going to do myself a favor and lock out of all this right now. Just be careful. But I'll catch you guys on Monday. I hope you guys have a good weekend and try not to lose money betting on the Super Bowl. I'm going to try not to lose money betting on the Super Bowl, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll catch you guys on Monday like 15 minutes before market open. Peace.